Welcome, Revda. Right, welcome back to the channel. Today we have Spencer on the channel. Welcome back to the channel. As you'll notice, it is now called Revved Up. So today's video is basically a little bit of a review on Spencer's new car, which is a Holden Barina City, which is from Australia. And also, through the eagle-eyed viewers will notice that my car is no longer green. It is yellow, which means I have upgraded my car. But don't worry, because the Corsa modifications that we've done on the green one has all gone on this one, and Dan is going to carry on the rest of the budget on this one. So have no fear, the challenge is still going on, and yeah, let's get into today's video then. So Spencer,
yes,
what made you buy a Holden?
So basically, I saw it up for sale probably a couple of weeks ago now.
Yeah.
And I sent it to you because I know that you like your Corsas, right?
But it's not a Corsa.
It's not a Corsa.
It's not a Corsa. It's
now,
a Holden Barina City.
It's a Holden Barina, yes, it is. But that's all literally only because it's from Australia, right? And that's literally the only reason why it's a Holden, because these are the exact same cars.
Yeah.
The only difference is that they've got the badges and engines.
Yeah.
They are the only differences that they ever made, really.
Well, the engines are not really different though, are they?
No, so...
Because your one came out of the Vauxhall Nova,
yes,
which is a Vauxhall.
It is.
And in technical terms, the Vauxhall is actually a Corsa A.
Yes. Now, so basically, in Australia, a lot hotter climates, and decided that they don't want the twin cams over there. They've only really done the singles. So what they've done is that they took the engine out of the Nova SE, right, and put it into these Corsas. Now,
Barina. Just saying, because you keep saying, every time we say it's the Corsa, your response is, it is not a Corsa. But yet, I'm just going to point out right now, for those people that are watching, that there are more Corsa parts on that car than there is Holden.
Now, yes, you're technically right. They're Corsa, Cadet, whatever you want to call it, because obviously you've got Vauxhall, Opel and Holden, right?
And Chevrolet.
Yes, and Chevrolet. But they are all the same parts. They're all made by Opel. They were all made in Spain, right? They're all the exact same parts, apart from the grille was made in Australia and put on, because that's really the only place they sold them at the time, and the steering wheel. That is pretty much it, right?
Yes, and then the steering wheel is ugly, but we'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah, we'll show that later. But let's go into the side of what is different on these cars. So,
well, the obvious, you got a badge. So
yeah, the first thing is that you've got the Holden badge to the Vauxhall badge, right?
Which, I mean, I prefer my badge,
and I prefer mine.
I think it looks better, but I am quite Vauxhall. I'm quite a Vauxhall man, so I would probably say I prefer this one over the Holden. Sorry, but take away that Holden badge alone, and it would be a better grille. I
personally believe that the Holden grille's better, only because less chrome, and I prefer less chrome. But that's only one difference, right? Then you've got the tiny little badge on the back. That's hardly anything, right? You've got the steering wheel. Now the interiors on these as well also came slightly different. As we were talking the other day, Vauxhall mainly done colour coordination. So if they were black carpets, there'll be black plastics as well. But I think when they started making these, they kind of just had whatever they had in the parts bin and threw it together, right? Because I've got grey cloth, black plastic, and God knows what else.
Yeah, but it is essentially a base model Corsa B. Now, I didn't do a video on my old Corsa because I wasn't doing YouTube then. But my old Corsa B, which was I converted over into a 2-litre 16-valve red hub engine, was was basically exactly the same spec as that, but it was a phase 1. But I had the same seats, the same dash, the same cloth, interior, everything. The only thing that my phase 1 had was a different steering wheel. Again, we'll get into it in a minute.
Preference.
I do not like his steering wheel. Now he says that it's a Holden thing, but again it isn't, because they did the same steering wheel in some Vauxhall models, like the Calibras.
Yes, but they've never done them on the Corsa.
But they did them in the Calibras.
They've done them on the
Vauxhall.
Calibras, and I do believe they've done them on the what's the one after the Calibra? The
Cavalier.
Cavalier, yeah, that's the one.
But it's still Vauxhall.
It is. It is. At the end of the day, this is a Vauxhall Corsa. That might as well be a Holden Barina. They were just sold in different countries.
No, it doesn't need to. No, it might as well not be a Holden. It might as well just stay as a Corsa.
Now,
They are better as a Corsa.
this was imported in 1999, 1 year after it was made. So this has basically lived in England all its life, right? Surprisingly, rock-free. There is no rust underneath it, which I was surprised about. And it's surprisingly, even you said, it's in good condition.
Yes, apart from the paintwork.
Yes, but as you can see,
But my paintwork is worse.
yes,
But yes, my paintwork is worse, but my bodywork is better.
yes, yeah. So I've got things down the side where Tony's one has got the lovely bumper stops on the sides that stops all the dents getting into the doors.
But so we're talking about differences on these cars now. Mine come with colour-coded mirrors, whereas here's a black plastic. I've also got power steering, electric windows, electric mirrors, heated mirrors, aircon, sports interior. I've also got 16 valve instead of an 8 valve engine, but mine's a 1.2, here's the 1.4. I've also got, well, I did have standard, I've changed it over, but from standard these come with a CD player. They come with a cassette player. They also got no power steering.
Yes, so-
Manual windows,
Hold on.
manual mirrors, no heated windows. It's got an aircon button, but no aircon.
Exactly. She is bog standard, Tony. She is.
She's not though, is she?
No. So
Because
we've-
you modified it, so it's not
So-
bog standard anymore.
No, so from when I first bought it, it was completely standard, right? It had a sticker bombed roof because the paint had completely gone, and that was it. So we had a show coming up in 2 weeks after I bought the car. So I tried to get as many free mods on as possible. Now I got given things like lowering springs, but they were for a Astra rather than a Corsa.
But we still made them fit the Corsa.
Yes.
Well, sorry. Note how he's
Holden.
just said, he just said it himself, they were for a Corsa.
Yes.
But we did make them fit. They're Corsa, not Corsa, Holden, Corsa. But yeah, so well, I got them for free, and because I'd already got some from Dan when we were doing the challenge, it was only fair that because I got them for free, I gave them to Spencer for free.
Yeah.
I'm not in it to make profit, but if I got them for free, then I just pass them on for free.
Yeah. So after that, you gave me a air filter that we put on.
Yep. Which came out of another new car that I bought, which
Yep.
I might do a video on it, but I will say that is the cheapest 2017 car you could probably buy in the UK right now.
It was cheap.
But I'll do another video on that. That is literally just a car to fix up and flip. But I'll do a quick video to show you what it is, and just for a video to get it out there.
So after that, we painted the roof because the sticker bomb looked absolutely horrible, right? We fit these lowering springs. Now, because they're for an Astra, they're used to heavier loads. So being on such a small light car, they didn't really do much, as you can see.
Right, so just while Spencer carries on talking, right, about that car, I'm going to go into the boot of his car, and I'm going to show you a few of the things that came on the car that I ripped out before I even got in the car, before I even accepted the lift home.
Now, I'd love to, Tony,
Oh,
but
you
I've thrown them all away.
So basically, it had black
was it?
and yellow seat covers.
Yep, Bumblebee
Horrible.
seat covers.
One Bumblebee.
It had a bejeweled steering wheel cover that was horrific.
I don't agree with steering wheel covers. I think they slip too much on the steering wheel. They're a bit too dangerous in my eyes.
Sticker galore. Stickers
literally,
everywhere. Absolutely everywhere.
And it also had some very max power chrome blue floor mats.
They were disgusting.
But again, like literally, because we went to go and pick the car up, he took me in his partner's car, and I drove his partner's car home, and then he had to give me a lift back to mine, and I literally was stood in the car park, and I was just like, right, I'm not getting in that car until all of this is gone.
It's gone.
And until this is de-chavved and whatever she wanted to call it, the previous owner, you know, I had to get rid of it because again, I'm a Vauxhall guy. I think it ruined it, but it's looking a lot better now.
Yes.
But yeah, not bad little car.
No.
1.4 petrol, 5-speed manual.
Yeah.
I think it's 80 brake from standard.
82 brake, but it's probably running about 70 by this point. You got to remember it's 20 something years old.
But I mean, it's got 50 odd thousand miles on the car.
So it's now on 60. It was on 59,000 when I bought it.
So it's on 60,000 miles. Now mine is on 55,000 miles.
Compared to the 107 on the last.
Compared to the 103 on the last one. But I've got a service history up to 36,000, 3 previous owners. The spare key is brand spanking new with the barcode still on the spare key, still in a package, never used. I've got the original service invoice with this, which was just over £10,000 for this car when it was new. Which is quite a lot of money when you think about it. Now, I paid 600 quid for this one. Spencer paid £500 for that one.
That's exactly it. £500.
And I generally think, as much as they are similar, I do prefer mine.
It's all down to personal preference.
I mean,
you know, I prefer the Holden mainly just because it's got a different badge and people look at it differently. Literally only because it's got a different badge and they go, oh god, that's not from the UK, is it? I had one at a petrol station who came up to me and went, is that genuine Holden? And I went, well, yeah, but it's not V8 like everyone thinks it is.
No, it's not. It's not. It's a 8-valve, 80 brake horsepower.
Absolute class A slow wagon.
I mean, I've got 64 brake horsepower in this, but I can probably say that I'll keep up with them because it actually drives really nice.
Maybe.
You know it would.
Maybe. The thing is, you haven't got the go faster sunstrip.
Yeah,
you need to get
I
one.
suppose I don't have it that says Golden Holden. In my eyes, the colour on these is like Marmite. You either love it or you hate it. Now, there are several things that you could call it. He's called it Golden Holden because I don't know if it's not gold in my eyes, but he's called it Golden Holden. My other nickname is Golden Shower.
And I call it Piss Wash Gold.
Or Piss Wash Gold, or you've also got Dehydrated Piss.
Yes.
Which is what it basically is. If you've been out drinking and you need a piss in the morning, you can guarantee
it's going to be
your
somewhat
piss
this
is
colour.
going to be somewhat this colour. That's what colour it is when I say dehydrated piss.
Now, problems. Have you got any problems with this so far?
It depends what you class as problems, but I wouldn't say that.
What's broken?
Nothing.
Nothing's broken.
So essentially nothing is broken on mine. Although because my electric windows are a aftermarket but genuine part from brand new, the switches are upside down. So up is down and down is up. But they work, so it's not broken in my eyes.
No.
So essentially no, nothing is actually, I don't think anything's broken on my car.
Now, on mine, I have one or two little issues, but nothing really major. Now, where we've put these stiffer springs on, the exhaust is smacking the rear axle like no tomorrow. You know, it is absolutely horrific.
It is.
Now, the other problem that we've got, Tony, right, is when we fitted them, we realised that the rear springs are very small. right? They're smaller than the 60mm lowering springs that you can get for these cars. When we put them in, we bolted up one side, we took off the other, and as we took off the other side, the spring fell out. It just dropped down.
Yeah, so basically if he goes over a bump hard enough, his rear springs will fall out.
Yeah, pretty much.
But I don't think that's broken. That doesn't make it broken, does it?
It is if I go too fast over a bump.
Yeah, but it's not broken. Right now, it's not
At the
broken.
moment, it's all right.
I mean,
and apart from that, there's a few little niggly bits, like the windscreen has a little chip in. The roof could do with being painted properly rather than just a graffiti paint rattle can. But to be fair, I actually somewhat like the paint as it is with the slight lacquer peel because it gives it character. You know, if you've got a really nice clean car, you're going to look after it. It's going to be worth loads of money and it's going to be your little baby. If you've got something that you paid 500 quid for and looks absolutely horrific, it's great because you don't care. You can throw it around a bush, you go through a bush green laning, don't care. Because gives it character.
I mean, if you take the green lane and you ain't going to find the car after because it's just blending into the trees. So you're kind of doing yourself a favour really, which put it in a bush, just leave it there, no one's ever going to find it.
Yeah. Now, we were saying about condition-wise earlier, about the two cars.
Yeah.
Now, they are very similar. Your paintwork is not in as good condition, is it?
No.
As you can see from the bonnet and a few little other bits,
So,
it's got a bit more
I've got a hell of a lot worse black here.
However, I've got a lot worse body condition.
Yeah.
I've got dents down the sides, which...
He's got scrapes on the bumper.
Yeah, it's not very nice, you know.
Dents here and there, but mine is actually quite clean. I just need to...
It's very...
I just need to put the trim back to black, maybe take the door strips off. We're still undecided on that. I'm probably going to paint the spoiler black, but I can't do anything, like I said, until Dan's finished the budget. He's got £300 left.
And we still need to put the lowering springs
on, but I think I'm going to put an MOT on it first, so that I'm...
Because that's coming up soon.
Yeah, it's coming up in the end of June.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get the MOT on it, and then I'll put the rest of the modifications on. So yes, I put from the green one, just a quick recap. On the green one that's on this car, I put the air filter back on, the strut brace back on. It's all de-wipered and de-badged at the back. I've got the lowering springs, they're in the boot, they're just not put on yet. I haven't put the Tony on the back yet because I need to go and buy the badges and I need to get the sticky stuff off. The only thing I didn't take off the green one to put on this one, I think I mentioned it on a previous video because it was dangerous, was the foot pedals. They're a bit, when it's dry it's perfectly fine, but when it's wet your feet slip off them and they're just dangerous. It's going to cause a crash. So I just left it. I said to Dan, I said, look, I know it's part of the modification, but I ain't swapping it over. But other than that, everything from, I did try and replace the bulbs with the white LEDs that I put on the other one. And I did go to Halfords and I told them, I even had the you know, you get that little card that you take to the counter?
Yeah.
And it even said on that, white LED bulbs. Right, I went to the counter, I said, I need these, white LED bulbs. Yeah, no problem. He comes back, I get outside, I get home, change them, to then realise that he'd given me blue. Now, you might be able to see it on camera, I'll quickly show you.
They are.
I'm probably going to get pulled over for this at some point. Don't know how long it's going to pick up, but these are really blue. Like, really, really blue. Like, you can look at it, look.
You're getting pulled.
I mean, but when I put my normal lights on, right, which is why I don't think I will, that you hardly see it.
You're getting pulled.
I probably will get pulled. And that's the other thing though, I don't know if the blue side lights will be an MOT failure, because they're side lights, I don't know if
I think they should be okay. But, I think on that time, I think we've covered pretty much everything.
Oh, the other thing that I have that he don't is I've also got a spoiler, which is part of the Sport and the GSI kit, but this is a SXI model, so they gave it the sport interior and the spoiler. The bumper's all the same as the sports. They're both a phase 2. But yeah, oh, and he's got press plates, which I don't think suit the car, but he likes them.
I personally
Each to their own.
Each to their own.
But I mean, other than that, I think that's everything for there. So I mean, as far as this video goes, I think that's everything. If you like the video, sorry.
Give us a little update. What's happening next?
Well, a little update of what's happening next. I mean, I've got the new car at home, which I've got to get a video on quickly. So that'll be coming up. I've got another car which I'm recording. I'm going to do a quick video on after this show. Which, funnily enough, my cameraman for today is actually the driver of the other vehicle. So he'll be on in a minute, and Spencer will then be the cameraman, because I don't have any cameramen. We make it work, you just make it work. So that's coming up. That'll probably be next week's upload. So Spencer's should be in the next couple of days, and then the other one will be after, and then the new car. I've got to do an update on the Saxo, but I think I might have broken that. So again, I'll go through that through the video. Still runs, still drives, still starts, everything. But I think, we're not 100% sure until I take it to Dan, I think the gear selector's on its way out. But that broke on the way back from Yanamais.
Yeah.
Probably with all the heavy rain and the hard shifting that I was doing home, racing people back home. So I've got that. Still got to finish this.
And maybe a little update on the new 17 plate.
Yeah, I've got to do that video as well.
That'll be good. That'll be good.
So yeah, I've got that. Finish this off. I've then also got to get Dan's Tabby VRS on, and Courtney's Golf GTI on. No, Golf R on. Sorry, not GTI. She'll kill me if I tell you it's a GTI when it's not. But I think you'll enjoy Courtney's one, because she's a female, which I hadn't had on yet, and she also works for Ferrari.
Well, I'll be excited to see that time.
I mean, I was trying to get her to bring out a Ferrari, but I don't think a boss will let her.
Probably not.
Yeah, I don't think he'll let me drive that.
Right, well, thank you very much for having me on time.
You're welcome.
It's
and
been good.
What we'll do is get you behind the camera,
of course,
for the next video, and
on to the next one.
Yeah. Don't forget, drop me a like, drop me a subscribe, go watch the videos, and we'll see you again shortly.
Have a good one.
As you can see, I don't think you can drive either.